Hey guys, my name is Simpsy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Napoleon Total War Darth mod here today on the channel. We're playing as the United Kingdom. This is episode 10. In today's episode, we're going to deal with some pesky French communist revolutionaries that have gone and popped up. Particularly on the harder difficulties on Darth mod, rebellions can be quite harsh because as you can see, check out this fantastic army that just spawned outside Paris. 6 cavalry units, 4 12 howitzers, and the rest is infantry. There's nearly 2 armies there. It's a stack and a half. Now, in the last video, if you haven't gone to watch it, I highly recommend you do. We managed to have the battle and take Paris. We're still dealing with the French. We managed to knock out the Spanish as well. We're slowly but surely moving our forces back to Iberia, so we can push in the south. We're still continuing upon our victory conditions as well, which is still to take a fair, decent amount of territory. It looks like we're going to have to go to war with Denmark at some point, which is interesting, but we want to try and take France, bring it under British occupation, and hit our victory conditions, which we might be able to do in the next few episodes. We'll just have to see. But yeah, it's just annoying that we have to deal with this rebellion. Not interested, thanks Prussia, because this army is probably better than what some of the French armies are within, of course, France. But anyway, we'll have to deal with them in a sec. Okay, so I'm just skipping a little bit ahead. Still trying to build up as best we can. We have a peace with the French, but it's just these revolutionaries that have moved south. Okay, so seem to be raiding here. We might have to push out and attack. Oh no, they're going to attack us, which I'd probably prefer. They've probably got better artillery. They have cavalry supremacy. Oh my god, what? How are their infantry like the same chevrons as me? Well, righto. The Battle of Paris. Let's get stuck into these revolutionaries. Yeah, so this was due to the public order being bad. It was sort of compounded by the fact that Wellesley was injured and there was no general to be turned into an active governor. So, we've currently set up a high ground position here. Because we are defending, we can actually put some sandbags down and get up a defensive position. They have to close the distance, march and attack us at the end of the day. So, I've put down some barricades here and there and some caltrops on the flanks just to stop that cavalry. But here are the French Revolutionary Line Infantry. I've just called them commies. I don't know what they are. I could care less. They're French. It's all Greek to me, it's all French to me. But yeah, what would they be? But I guess they would be, because Napoleon, Imperator, would probably be a fascist. You'd probably say that. Like if you know what I'm talking about, like Hearts of Iron 4 wise, if we had to chuck ideologies down, because we would be a constitutional monarchy, you'd imagine that Napoleon would just be a straight fascist. And I guess these guys that are risen up, they don't like Napoleon, they don't like the British, I guess, yeah. It's not like the proper French Revolutionary Wars, it's just these guys. Just looking at the banner, it looks very hammer and sickle, I say. But I did actually read in the comments, someone, speaking of communists and stuff, apparently the Great War mod's getting an update, and I was like, oh, I haven't played that mod in years. So, I'm sort of curious. Let me know in the comments, guys. I think it's like, I did a Let's Play like 5 or so years ago, as the United Kingdom, when the mod was still very bare bones, but it was just sort of fun to play the Great War, World War One, in any Total War. So, years and years on, I haven't played it. Is it good, any good? Like, let me know. If you guys have played the Great War mod within the last, I don't know, 2-3 years, let me know in the comments if it's any good, because I might actually have a look at it once that new update has come out. I don't know. Modders tend to watch this sort of stuff, so maybe you work on it or something, I don't know. Let me know. Let me know. Feel free to let me know mods and stuff in the comments. I'll try to check them out. I'm always looking for new stuff. Right. Anyway, we're mowing down these cavalry units that are just charging on in here. The barricades are giving me some slight protection, but we probably need to diversify some of these shots here. Thankfully, this battle is very much in our favour. The last battle we had in Paris, it was pouring down with rain. We were attacking from the other side. We had no high ground. It's a nice, sort of, a little bit overcast day, but it's a clear day. Nice and dry for gunpowder. We've got a really nice high ground position, elevated, that we can sit our artillery up top on. And we've got a little bit of low ground there for our brave redcoats to hold. And Arthur Wellesley, Duke of Wellington, is holding the line. And they don't seem to be peppering us with their cannons. I don't know if they're in position or what. Okay, so normally I'd flank with my cavalry, but the thing is, unless we can pretty much smash theirs, it's probably not a good idea for us to move our cavalry up. It would just be a waste. They'll just get absolutely mowed down. Okay, so I'm going to just advance slightly. I'm not going to swing them all the way to the artillery just yet. We're getting some decent range on them as well. I haven't needed to form square because 2-3 or so of my line infantry have just been wrecking on through our cavalry. So on the flanks, I'm just going to angle because we're not going to get flanked, enveloped, and overlapped. Just trading back and forth. We're going to be able to hold our ground more against these revolutionaries, thanks to that defensive cover. I don't think I've played a defensive battle in this series. Okay, I'm going to send in my cavalry here because I don't feel threatened by any cavalry, and if we can hit them from the side, we should be able to soften them up. Maybe just try and hit those positions a bit more. Yeah, that's a bit more like it. As they come closer, we'll try and change up our shots. Okay, pushing into the forest there is going to be a good position for them, so we really have to watch out for that. Okay, I had my cannon hit there a little bit, but we're not going to have friendly fire against them. So the cavalry units are charging on in before these line infantry get on fixed up. They're now retreating as well. It's currently a 50-50. We're not favoured to win this one. We do have reinforcements that can rapidly advance from Brussels, but I'm quite surprised how many of these mutinous gits sort of came up here. It's quite an outstanding rebellion, to be honest. Okay, they're forming a square on the right flank because they've seen what's happened on the left with my cavalry. Maybe they're trying to react to that. We'll drop down and inspire. But we are now just currently trading. Pull back, because I don't know how well you're doing in combat. Pull back to a better position. Okay, some of the infantry's in range. Same with them. Okay, let's give out some more attack orders. We don't need to hit the units that have been shattered and wavering. Okay, they're starting to advance here now. Hold the line. That's a really nice volley and shot there as well. My god. We'll make my cavalry try and work down the line. Can we do anything on the right flank here? No, not really. It's just... this is hard. Like, we don't want to commit too far into the forest, but we might have enough men to do it. Hang on, I want to grab all three. Yeah, let's do it. Because we'll try and move into the forest ourselves. Because there's a stat, like... if it's a nice, flat, clear day, and you're shooting into the forest... well, they're shooting out. For whatever reason, they don't get an accuracy debuff shooting out of it, but shooting into it, you mostly hit the tree trunks and the wood and the leaves and all the shrubbery in there. So, if an identical unit... that's how I'm aware. What I've noticed in Napoleon, what I've heard from others as well. Using the trees and the tree line is really important in Napoleon. Okay, so they're starting to shell some of my infantry now. I think they had to move up a little bit. They weren't shooting very much at the start. My cavalry's capitulated on the left flank here. So far we've managed to smash a lot of their infantry, thankfully. Just due to our defensive position. If they were able to soften us up a bit aerially, this battle might have gone a bit different. But it's still quite close, still 50-50. We don't want to give chase just yet. We want to hold in our positions. Yeah, I don't know what flag that is. French connoisseurs. What's that subreddit? Vexology? What's that flag? I don't know. I'm sure it's easily Googleable, but I don't know what it is. Because I've been calling these guys comrades. When they're probably, I don't know, some nationalist sect or whatever. I don't know exactly. Okay. Well, some are still holding, but most of the French rebellion's infantry are now in a full retreat. They might still recover, so we don't want to be too hasty if we advance. Yeah, still some of them are hanging in the forest here. There's a cavalry unit I didn't even notice lurking on in there. Try and hit that unit that's recovered. But it's sort of been a straggler behind the main retreat. Yeah, so they've actually recovered quite a bit. They're coming back at us. They have capitulated. Wow. They're going to be able to form square. They might get a slight buff, but not perfectly in time. Yeah, look at this. They're recovering in no man's land. They're lucky I didn't sort of give chase. Need to watch out for that unit that's fully routed. I was focusing on the main front line rather than the flank. Oh wow, we are really just softening them up. It's this defensive position, man, as well. This is what I'm talking about. This is a perfect defensive battle. Where are our British boys near? Oh my god, they are just shattered and shell-shocked. They don't know what way's up. Okay. Yeah, so they're still holding in there, some of them. And they're committing more units around there as well, which is interesting. Okay, so it's really swung back around in my favour, which is good. About 70% or so. Oh, another cavalry unit coming on in here. We might need to form a square, but we might be able to hold. Yeah, how much of a buffer does this barricade do? Okay. Actually, not much at all. That's a decent cavalry charge on in. I was just curious to see, because I didn't want to deploy too many caltrops. I deployed them on the flanks, as you can see there. Because I thought that's where the cavalry would naturally be. And we'll just allow the defensive position in the centre. We've still got this cavalry unit here on the right, where I haven't needed to use just yet. It might be worth just grouping this artillery and just trying to shell anything that comes back. Might be worth to push up against that artillery. We haven't needed to neutralise it yet, but I think it's probably not a bad idea. There is one cavalry unit there, maybe the general as well. Alright. Actually, you know what? Instead of sending the cavalry straight up there, maybe let's try and soften them up a bit. Because we have a natural barricade giving us minimal but some form of protection. Well, they have none. No, they got a bit of shrubbery there. But this was a hell of a fight. Normally, I usually just auto-resolve rebellions from Total Wars that pop up. But particularly this in Warhammer, sometimes they can be quite virulent and defiant. But it was a good fight. It was worth bringing down these French revolutionaries. Or maybe they're monarchical, actually. There's just so many French revolutionaries, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I've been calling them communists. But sir, we are... Yeah, I guess we wouldn't have an opposition if it was the French monarchy. We fight for Louis. I don't even remember. Who was the king that they brought back? I can't remember. Because Napoleon got exiled to Alba or whatever. And then he came back again. Yeah, who did they bring in for like that little bit? And then like, stuff this guy. It's been too long. Nothing like rattling off history that you sort of half know and only can half remember from that university degree. With no names or dates. You just find it funny that Napoleon's back for the second time. Anyway, decent cavalry charge on in. But from the French perspective, this is probably going to weigh us down a bit. Yeah, I haven't seemed to see too many of their famed generals in and around Paris. I'm trying to think who we fought and attacked. We actually killed Michel Ney and Brussels, I think. But I haven't seen Bernadotte. Definitely. Victory. There goes the general. What else haven't we seen? We haven't seen Napoleon himself, of course. We haven't seen the Iron Marshal either. Yeah, so some of his famed and best generals we haven't seen. But maybe they've been taken out by Prussians and Austrians and such, and Germans. But anyway, we've managed to stop this rebellion that's come up. And now we can replenish and repair and put our attention back to the French. The Swiss Confederation has gone. Oh no, Schweiz. Oh no. Oh, they've fallen to Prussians. Okay. Yeah. Bavaria's under French control. Oh, they've taken Prague as well. Crikey. Okay. Welcome to the top of the turn. We still have to deal with the remnants of that French rebellion. But we did manage to make a decent crack at them. They've now fled back. Most of their artillery has been neutralised, and there that goes. Yeah, I don't think it was a general of theirs. Oh, what? Oh, like my agent died in there. That's annoying. Yeah, because I had him investigating. Oh, really? It squished him, didn't it? Oh, that's silly. Okay, so that army's come back up after raiding most of my central French territory, which is super annoying. But we should be able to get rid of them completely, and this should essentially stabilize the French public unrest. So we'll move back to Paris now, and that's them gone and dealt with. Well, this is now neutral, and we can start making some money from holding this territory. We need to repair it as well. Okay, well, it's probably time to make a play in the south eventually as well. We've managed to move those units back that were on Spain. A little bit annoying. The naval transport in this is such a pain. Embarking and disembarking. So we have 2 full stacks down sort of more towards Marseille. John Moore is the main commander. He can push into Bordeaux, and then we've got these other armies here with Abercrombie. He can push into Toulouse and then Marseille. We've got Arthur Wellesley back in Paris itself, and we've still got these 2 full stacks here in Brussels. There's northern France we can take, but yeah, it looks like although the French have Prague, they've lost Hanover. The Austrians have done alright. They've actually taken Milan. So, still quite back and forth. We're not at war with the French, but we probably should redeclare war upon them, to be honest. So, we'll negotiate with our Russian allies. I don't know how long that's going to last. It tends to not go too well after the British call their Russian allies, I guess. But they are, at the moment. Okay, so we'll push into Bordeaux. We're going to be able to take that with ease. So it doesn't seem that the French have too many armies back in France. Yeah, I guess they're mostly just focusing on the 2-pronged attack in the Far East. They have had some pretty decent units holding. That unit looks alright. So we'll bring that in. We've got heaps of money as well, so we can bring in courthouses and roads to advance. So we'll push up here as well. We should be able to secure southern France if we're lucky. Oh. I wasn't expecting Napoleon to be in Toulouse. Why is he down there? I was like, oh, we're going to be able to auto-resolve this one. Same with Bordeaux. Look, you know what? We'll fight this one in the next episode. We'll have the battle against Napoleon Bonaparte himself. Letting his generals take the east. He's sort of dictating back in Toulouse. Okay. He has got 2 full stacks here in Champagne. I don't know, how would the... Champagne? Okay, how would the French say it? I guess that's how you say it. Champagne. Who says it like that? Maybe the Germans, I don't know. Anyway, get rid of this army. And then we can push for a Champagne. Alright, let's get rid of you. There we go. And then we've probably only got like Brittany, Marseille, and a couple of others. We do need to take Brittany because that's a part of our victory conditions. No general inside. But man, the auto resolves are so tough on this game. But I guess it's realistic to lose that many in an assault. Okay, so they've only got 3 more territories and settlements, cities rather, in what I would consider the core territories of France. My navy's still there chilling. Nelson's still down in the south as well, with HMS Hibernia and Victory. We have taken some trade nodes down here as well, so that's where most of our money's coming from. So we still need to take Marseille, Brittany. So once we get rid of the French and take their core territory, we've nearly got enough settlements. We have to take Hanover, which of course is historically tied to the British throne. That's why we have to take that. And then for some reason Denmark, I'm not entirely sure why we have to sort of pick upon the Danes, but we should be able to do so. Sweden and Norway might be happy about it, or actually Norway might not be independent at this time. It actually might be under the control of Denmark. You never know. Anyway, got to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. We'll have the battle against Napoleon in episode 11 coming out soon, and we'll try and finish off the last of the French. I'm curious to see how they react. Are they even worrying about us, or are they just trying to be like, oh, France is lost. We've really just got to make sure the Prussians and the Austrians don't wipe us out in that eastern territory. It's going to be interesting. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you're still enjoying this UK Napoleon campaign. I'm still having an absolute blast. It's been a lot of fun. Unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Check out my social media links in the description below if you'd like to stay connected with me. Let me know feedback and suggestions for the video. Gotta say a huge thank you to my patrons and channel members: Victor K, Sebastian C, Jordan K, Caesar L, Brian S, Tal, Liam B, Kyle P, Tom C, and Wyatt P. But thanks guys, my name has been Simpzy, much love from Australia, goodbye.